What you're about to hear is not something you scroll past and forget. Stay with this, because the next few moments carry a weight that can shift the direction of your life in ways you didn't expect. There is a release forming around you right now, something you didn't plan, something you didn't see coming, and it is not random. It is being positioned for you with intention, with precision, and with purpose tied directly to who you have been when no one was watching. There is provision moving toward you, but it is more than numbers, more than currency. It is evidence that your silent endurance, your restraint, your decision to keep going when everything inside you wanted to stop, has been seen and is now being answered in a tangible way. This moment is not just about receiving, it is about understanding what is being placed in your life, so that you do not mishandle it or let it slip away. You have carried things quietly. You have processed pain without always speaking it out loud. You have held yourself together in moments where it would have been easier to fall apart. Every unseen effort, every whispered thought that never reached another person, every time you chose discipline over escape, it has all been recorded in a way you could not measure. What is approaching you is connected to that record. It is not disconnected from your past. It is built on it. And that is why this moment carries weight beyond surface value. This is not simply gain. This is alignment meeting manifestation. Pause for a second and acknowledge this truth within yourself. You are not where you used to be, even if your surroundings still look similar. Something has been developing internally, something stronger, more grounded, more aware, and now the external world is beginning to catch up with that internal shift. What is coming will reflect that change. It will meet you at the level you have grown into, not the level you left behind. There were moments when you questioned whether any of it mattered, times when you wondered if your effort was disappearing into nothing, times when it felt like others were advancing while you were stuck in place. But what you could not see was the alignment happening behind the scenes. Paths adjusting, opportunities forming, decisions being made that would eventually intersect with your life at the exact right moment. What is arriving will carry that timing. It will not look like something you forced. It will feel like something that found you. Do not minimize what is unfolding. You have been conditioned by disappointment to expect less, to prepare for things not working out, to hold back your belief so you do not feel let down again. But that pattern is being interrupted. The mindset that kept you bracing for loss is being replaced with something steadier, something that allows you to receive without fear tightening around it. This is a transition, not just financially, but mentally and spiritually. You are stepping into a different way of experiencing provision. There are layers to this moment. On the surface, it may appear as support, as relief, as something that eases pressure. But beneath that, it is also correction. It is restoring what felt delayed, what felt taken, what felt like it slipped out of your reach permanently. This is not coincidence. This carries intention. This carries intention. It carries recognition of everything you have navigated. Understand this clearly, though. What is being placed into your hands comes with meaning attached. It is not empty. It is not without direction. You are being trusted with something that has the potential to open paths, to create stability, to shift how you move forward from this point. And with that comes awareness. You are not receiving this just to return to old cycles. You are receiving this to step into a different pattern entirely. You may notice something unusual when it arrives, a hesitation, a moment where it feels unfamiliar to not struggle. That is because you have adapted to difficulty for so long that ease can feel unnatural at first. Do not pull away from it. Do not question it to the point where you block it. Allow yourself to accept it fully without shrinking it, without doubting its place in your life. There is a shift happening not only around you, but within you. You will start to think differently, your perspective will widen. Decisions that once felt heavy will begin to feel clearer. This is because pressure is being lifted, space is being created in your mind where there was once constant tension, and in that space you will begin to see possibilities that were always there but hidden behind stress and uncertainty. Stay aware of how this comes to you. It may not follow the path you imagined. It could come through a connection you overlooked, a situation that changes direction suddenly, or an opening that appears at the exact moment you need it. Do not limit the way it arrives by expecting it to look a certain way. Remain open, because what is guiding this is not confined to your expectations. You have carried financial weight that affected more than just your circumstances. It influenced how you thought, how you rested, how you planned your future. That weight is being addressed, not only through provision, but through restoration of your sense of stability. When this reaches you, you will feel that difference. It will not just show externally, it will register internally as calm, as clarity, as a renewed sense of direction. Let go of the past outcomes that shaped your fear. What is unfolding now is not tied to those experiences. This is separate. This carries a different authority, a different outcome, a different trajectory. Patterns that kept repeating are being broken, and in their place, new opportunities are forming that align with where you are now. There are also moments from your past that are returning to you in ways you did not expect. Times when you gave without recognition, times when you supported others without knowing if it would ever come back to you. Those actions were not lost, they were seeds, and now those seeds are becoming part of what is being returned to you, not in the same form, but in a multiplied and meaningful way. As this unfolds, remain steady. It is easy to become overwhelmed when something shifts after a long period of waiting, but you are not being rushed. You are being guided. Move with awareness. Let your decisions come from clarity, not from impulse. This is part of a larger direction, not an isolated moment. There is also a strengthening happening within your ability to recognize what aligns with you and what does not. You will notice that you become more selective, more intentional with how you use what you receive. This is not restriction. This is growth. This is you stepping into a level of understanding that protects what has been given to you. What is happening right now is real. It is forming, aligning, and moving closer with every moment. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are positioned, and what is coming into your life will reflect that positioning in a way that you will be able to see, feel, and understand without confusion. This is not the end point. This is the beginning of a different phase. A phase where you are no longer operating from constant survival, but from a place where you can build, expand, and move forward with intention. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself step into it fully. And when it arrives, recognize it for what it is. Not just provision, but confirmation that everything you carried had purpose, and nothing you endured was wasted. Listen carefully, because this isn't about giving you a quick escape or a temporary moment of comfort that fades as fast as it arrives. This is about shifting your entire foundation, so what comes into your life stays, builds, and multiplies in ways that feel steady and real. Something is changing in how you see things, and you may not fully recognize it yet, but you're beginning to notice opportunities in places you once ignored. And you're starting to understand where your energy truly belongs and where it no longer deserves to be spent. That awareness is not random. It is part of what is being placed over your life as protection, making sure that what comes to you is not wasted or mishandled. This is not just about opening doors around you, It is about expanding your perception so you can walk through them with clarity instead of confusion. There will be people who look at you and feel that something is different, even if you never explain it out loud. They will notice it in your presence, in the way you respond instead of react, in the calm strength that replaces the tension you used to carry. The shift happening within you is just as important as anything external that is arriving, because you are not only receiving something new, you are becoming someone new. You are stepping out of constant anxiety and into a quiet certainty that does not need validation. That inner shift is one of the clearest indicators that something greater is at work in your life. So do not question whether you deserve this. You have walked through moments that demanded strength no one else saw. You held on in silence. You stayed when it would have been easier to walk away. And you kept believing when nothing around you supported that belief. What is happening now is not something you are grabbing for yourself. It is something being placed into your life intentionally. Receive it without hesitation, without the fear that it will disappear, without the instinct to doubt it. There is nothing unstable about what is being arranged for you, and what is meant for you is not uncertain. At the same time, there is something deeper being taught through all of this, something that will anchor you long after this moment passes. You are being shown that your source is not people, not circumstances, not systems or methods, but something far greater that does not fluctuate the way the world does. When you truly understand that, you stop being shaken by external changes, because you are no longer depending on them for your sense of security. There are things being aligned right now that you cannot yet see, connections forming, paths opening quietly in the background that will continue to reveal themselves step by step. What is arriving is not a one-time event. It is the beginning of a continuous flow that expands as you remain connected and aware. You are not being handed a single moment of relief. You are being introduced to a new way of living, a rhythm that carries peace, provision, and direction naturally instead of forcing you to chase it. This is how lasting transformation is built. It may feel unfamiliar at first, maybe even hard to believe, especially after waiting for so long. But do not let that hesitation block what is already moving toward you. Step into trust even if it feels new, even if it feels uncomfortable, because what is unfolding is not an illusion. It is exactly what was meant to happen in this season of your life. Your responsibility in this moment is simple but powerful. Allow yourself to receive, choose trust over resistance, and continue forward without shrinking back into old patterns. Be mindful of your thoughts, because they will shape how you experience everything that is happening. Lean into gratitude instead of fear, clarity instead of confusion. There is a renewal happening in your mindset, helping you step fully into what is ahead without dragging the weight of what is behind. You are not who you used to be, and you are not meant to remain limited by what once defined you. This is a transition, and it is being guided with precision. You may have come across ideas that promise instant transformation, things that claim to change your financial reality in seconds. But do not let distractions pull your focus away from what is real and lasting. What is coming into your life is not built on shortcuts or illusions. It is grounded, stable, and aligned with growth that continues over time. What is arriving is not just support. It is confirmation that you are stepping into a phase where things begin to move with less resistance. Doors will start opening without the same struggle. Opportunities will appear without forcing them, and things will begin to align in a way that feels natural. This preparation matters just as much as what you receive, because it ensures that what enters your life stays and expands. You are being prepared for stability, not just a brief moment of relief. There were times when it felt like you were standing still while others moved ahead, times when you felt unnoticed or left behind. That season was not wasted. It was protecting you from directions that were not meant for you and shaping you for something better. Now movement is returning, but this time it carries purpose and clarity instead of confusion. What is coming into your life will act as a key, opening access to things that once felt out of reach. You will begin to see choices that were invisible before, and that will change how you approach everything ahead of you. But remember this, what you receive is not meant to pull you away from your foundation. It is meant to bring you closer to it. Stay grounded, stay aware, and do not forget where everything is coming from. That connection is what keeps everything steady and protected. There is a release happening, a lifting of pressure that has been sitting on you for longer than you realize. You carried responsibilities and stress that pushed you to your limits, yet you did not break. You kept going even when it felt like everything was falling apart. That endurance has led you here. What is coming will begin to ease that weight, giving you space to breathe again in a way you have not experienced in a long time. This is not just about restoring what you lost. It is about restoring your peace as well. Do not overlook the significance of small shifts, because they can lead to something much greater over time. What starts as an unexpected improvement can expand into stability, opportunity, and long-term growth when handled wisely. You are being guided to think beyond the immediate moment and to recognize the bigger picture of what is being built in your life. This is not just about receiving something, it is about being positioned for what comes next. You are moving onto a path that continues to open as you walk it with trust. Along the way, you will encounter the right people, individuals who support, guide, or connect you to the next step you need. These connections will not feel forced or complicated. They will flow naturally, and you will recognize them by the sense of peace they bring. Pay attention, because sometimes the next opportunity arrives quietly through a simple interaction that leads to something greater. There is also something you need to let go of as you move forward, and that is the fear of losing what you gain. That fear has followed you from past experiences, causing hesitation and doubt. It does not belong in the space you are entering. What is being given to you now is not fragile, it is not temporary, and it is not something that will disappear without reason. When you release that fear, you create space for trust, and trust allows you to move forward without holding yourself back. Your ability to recognize guidance is also becoming stronger. You will begin to notice a sense of clarity in situations where you once felt lost. That clarity will guide your decisions, helping you know when to act, when to wait, and when to step back. Follow that inner direction, because it is part of how you are being led and protected. There will come moments when you look back and realize how much you have changed, how far you have come, and how everything you went through shaped you into who you are now. None of it was meaningless. Every delay, every challenge, every disappointment had a purpose in preparing you to carry what is now entering your life. You are ready in ways you could not have been before. Your perspective is expanding, allowing you to see possibilities that once felt unreachable. This is not about staying where you are, it is about moving into something greater. What is coming into your life is only one part of that journey, not the final destination. Use it as fuel to keep building, to keep growing, and to keep moving forward with confidence. Be patient as everything continues to unfold, because there are still details being arranged behind the scenes. Even if you cannot see everything yet, it does not mean nothing is happening. Trust the timing, even when it does not fully make sense, because what is being done is intentional and complete. Nothing meant for you will be missed, and nothing meant for you will pass you by. Keep your mind clear, and your heart open as you move forward, allowing guidance to lead you without resistance. Do not fall back into old habits or fears that no longer belong in your life. You are stepping into something new, and it requires a new way of thinking and living. This transition is happening step by step, with care and precision, and you are not alone in it. There was a time when you felt unseen, like everything you were doing was hidden, but that season is ending. Things are beginning to surface, and what was once quiet is becoming visible. You are starting to see the results of everything you endured, and there is a reason it did not happen earlier. The timing had to align with your growth. If it had come before, it would not have had the same strength or stability it carries now. You needed those experiences to understand value, patience, and trust on a deeper level. Now you are ready for this next step, and what has been prepared for you is being released at the right moment. This is not a delay, it is alignment finally revealing itself in your life. Listen carefully, because what's happening right now is not random, and it's not something you've just stumbled into by chance. There is a reason things are slowing down, a reason you're being pulled into a different rhythm. And that reason is alignment. When you move in alignment, everything begins to fall into place with a kind of precision that rushing could never achieve. Moving too fast used to feel like progress, but now you're being shown that true progress comes from clarity, from steadiness, from being fully present in each step instead of trying to outrun the process. You're going to start noticing a shift inside your mind. Thoughts that once felt scattered will begin to organize themselves. Decisions that once felt uncertain will start to feel grounded and intentional. This is not something accidental or coincidental. There is a deeper influence guiding you toward wisdom instead of fear. Where pressure once pushed you into rushed and uneasy choices, you are now stepping into a calmer, more controlled way of moving forward. That calm isn't weakness, it's power. It's the kind of strength that allows you to handle what comes next in a way that actually lasts, instead of slipping through your hands. What's changing isn't just your external situation. Something much deeper is being rebuilt within you. Your mindset is being reshaped, strengthened, and prepared for what's ahead. At the same time, the way you view yourself is undergoing a transformation. There were moments when you felt like you were falling behind, like you weren't doing enough, like everyone else was somehow ahead of you. That way of seeing yourself is being replaced now. In its place, a new awareness is forming, an understanding that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now. You were never late, you were never lacking. You are never invisible or forgotten. You are chosen, and what is entering your life is evidence of that truth becoming real. As you begin to truly see yourself in this way, you'll notice everything around you starting to respond differently. Your reality reflects your identity, and when your identity shifts, your world follows. You're also learning how to recognize the right opportunities, not just the ones that look good on the surface. Not everything that offers quick reward is meant for you, and now you're being guided toward what actually aligns with your purpose. The financial change that's approaching is not just about money, it's about opening doors. But what truly matters is who you choose after those doors open. Because your decisions will shape everything that follows, you are being led to think with purpose, to act with awareness, and to move forward with confidence. A sense of direction is forming inside you, one that wasn't there before, and that direction will help you avoid the distractions that used to pull you off course. This is how something real is built, something meaningful, something that lasts. As this shift continues, you may notice certain habits falling away. Certain patterns no longer feel right. Even some connections might begin to fade or feel distant. This isn't something being taken from you, it's space being created. Space for what actually belongs in the next phase of your life. What no longer serves your growth is being cleared out so that what truly aligns with you can fully take its place. There may be moments where this feels uncomfortable, even confusing, but that discomfort is part of refinement. You are not being diminished, you are being shaped into something stronger, more focused, and more aligned with your true path. At the same time, a deeper sense of peace is settling within you. This peace doesn't depend on what's happening around you. It isn't tied to circumstances or outcomes. It's rooted in something far more stable. And as this peace grows, it will begin to guide your actions and steady your emotions, even when things around you shift unexpectedly. Situations that once would have shaken you won't have the same effect anymore. The reason for that is simple. You are learning to rely on something deeper than what you can see. That reliance creates stability. No matter what season you find yourself in, you're also becoming more aware of how supported you truly are. There are things happening in your favor that you haven't fully noticed before, protection you didn't see, decisions being influenced in ways that benefit you, paths being cleared before you even arrive at them. You have never been navigating this life alone, and you're beginning to recognize that more clearly now. The financial blessing that's coming into your life is just one visible example of that support, but it's far from the only one. There are countless unseen ways things are being arranged for you, and as you start to notice this, your trust will naturally begin to grow stronger. You're entering a phase where gratitude becomes effortless, not something you have to force, but something that arises naturally as you start seeing the evidence of what's been working in your favor all along. That gratitude will keep your heart open and your mind clear, allowing you to receive more without resistance. It will also keep you grounded. It will remind you of where you started and how far you've come, even as your situation improves. This awareness will prevent you from losing sight of what truly matters. Focus is another thing that's being strengthened within you right now, because when life begins to shift, distractions often appear. Not every option that presents itself is meant for you, and not every path leads to growth. You are being guided to stay aligned with what is truly meant for you so you don't lose your way. This clarity of focus will allow you to move forward without confusion, without regret, and without constantly questioning yourself. It's part of how you're being led into a future that is stable, purposeful, and secure. There is something important you need to hold on to through all of this, and that is your identity, not based on what you gain or what you receive, but based on who you are at your core. The blessings entering your life are expressions of that identity, not the source of it. When you understand this, you stop attaching your worth to external things, and you carry a confidence that remains steady no matter what changes around you. As this internal transformation continues, you begin to notice changes in how others respond to you as well. People will sense your calmness, your clarity, your confidence. Opportunities will feel more within reach, and challenges will feel less overwhelming, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you become stronger. You are being shaped into someone who can move forward with certainty, regardless of this situation. And it's important that you don't rush this process. Every step unfolding right now is connected, each one building on the last. This is not about quick results, it's about creating something that lasts. Trust the pace, trust what's happening, trust that you are being guided exactly where you need to go. Nothing is being missed, nothing is out of place. Even when it feels slow, you are still moving forward with purpose. What's beginning now is not temporary, It's the start of a lasting transformation that will continue unfolding over time. The financial shift you're about to experience is only the first sign. More will follow as you continue walking in alignment. Stay aware, stay open, stay connected, because that's how you recognize each new step as it appears. You're not reaching an ending, you're stepping into the beginning of something much greater. There were times when you felt like everything depended on you alone. Like if you didn't push harder, nothing would move forward. You were allowed to feel that weight so you could understand the difference between forcing and trusting. Now you're being shown a different way. Not everything depends on your effort. There are things unfolding beyond your control, working in your favor in ways you couldn't predict. The financial blessing coming into your life is part of that realization. It's showing you that provision doesn't always come through struggle. You are being invited into a new way of living, one where you don't carry everything on your own, one where you move in partnership instead of pressure. You'll also notice your reactions changing. Situations that once triggered stress won't affect you in the same way anymore. That's because a deeper sense of security is being built within you, one that isn't dependent on external conditions. As this sense of security grows, it will be reinforced by what begins to show up in your life. You'll see evidence that you are supported beyond your own efforts, and that realization will allow you to experience peace even in uncertain moments. Your confidence is also being restored. There were times when doubt overshadowed your belief in yourself, when hesitation held you back. That is being rebuilt now, not based on validation from others, but rooted in your identity. You will begin to trust yourself more. You will act with less hesitation. You will move forward without constantly second-guessing every decision. This is part of the transformation that comes with what you are receiving. You are not only being provided for, you are being strengthened. You are also being guided to release the expectation that things will go wrong. That mindset was shaped by past experiences, but it does not define your present anymore. What you are stepping into now is different, and it requires a different way of thinking. The financial change coming into your life is one of the first signs that your reality is shifting, and you must allow yourself to accept that shift without resisting it. When you let go of old expectations, you create space for new possibilities. That is how your perspective begins to align with what is unfolding for you. There will be quiet moments where you feel grateful without even trying. That feeling is a sign that your heart is opening, and as it opens, you become more receptive to everything that is meant for you. Gratitude keeps you connected. It allows you to recognize presence not just in big moments, but in small ones as well. And as you remain in that state, you'll notice things flowing into your life more naturally. It's not that everything becomes easy. It's that you stop blocking what is already being given to you through fear or doubt.